You know, it's actually kind of interesting. I came to Friends of the Earth not because I was particularly interested in environmental issues. I actually came because I was much more interested in issues of international development, so essentially the fate of the poorest people in the world, and I had studied international development in school as well as had a degree in economics. Overall, I think it's important to have women in the environmental movement and in social movements more broadly, because to put it very plainly, women do the work. I think that if you look throughout different segments of social movements, whether it is the environmental field or in children's rights, disability rights, the labor movement, there is a lot of really important substantive, which you might even call grunt work, done, especially when it comes to real social movements in the sense of volunteer-based, people-based movements. It doesn't take a lot of special knowledge to realize that those movements are driven by the energy and the work and a lot of the vision of women. So it's important for the environmental field, it's important for social movements generally. Women do the work, and there's a lot of organizing and political work that isn't very glamorous, that takes a lot of perseverance, and you do see women really filling the ranks of those people that make movements happen on a day-to-day basis. Well, when I think about my young son, who's only 2, and I think about the future that is unfolding in front of him, I mean, it is something that I do worry about. For example, when you think about the impacts that climate change are going to have, these huge, enormous impacts on people's everyday life, as from whether or not they are going to have food to eat and whether or not they're going to have adequate shelter. I would say, I think, to him to always keep that in mind and to recall that there's a lot happening around the world that he might not see, but that his everyday life, our everyday life, is intertwined with. He has to make sure that he connects himself with the struggles of others and the struggle of our planet, and that there are many, many different paths that he could take in order to, to play his part, but that he has to play the part.